Sure beat sitting at home again another year, didn't it? At this time, once again, I want to be sure and recognize all of our directors and executive committee for all their hard work. I'm going to announce them, and if they'll remain standing to get through this, and then. But anyway, they've all done a fabulous job, and I've been proud to work with them as their president and your president the last 3 years. Our executive committee from the Western Division is Ron Berglund. Obviously, well, not obviously, but Ron, of course, will be taking over as president after tonight. As our secretary, K.I.T.T, Southern Division. I know she's in the house somewhere, I think. Our treasurer, Dave Stafford. Our Northeast Director, Division, John Kappelman. Merle Green. Central Division, Michael Murray. And Jack Anderson. And of course, if you haven't heard, Jack Anderson will be your new vice president after tonight. Great Lakes Division, Wayne Barron. And Mark Tilson. Our Midwest Division, Jeff Redditch and Brian Engel. Of course, I've already introduced Peggy as Southern Division. I also represent the Southern Division. Western Division, again, Ron Berglund and Mark Crutcher. And as I mentioned last night, our international division, represented by Lars from Sweden, could not come over because of the COVID restrictions. Our convention coordinator and board member, Art Barrett. Our Director Emeritus's list is Joe Stout, Don Barlow, Art Rusher, Todd Schaefer, and Gail Manger. Thank you. At this time, like I said, we've all it's been quite a struggle, very much concerned whether we was even going to have this convention. But thanks to the vision of a couple of people and leaders, I'd like to recommend or have Ron Sinesi and Merle Green stand up to be recognized, co-chairmen of this year's convention. And at this time, I'd like Ron Sinesi to come up, please.
I got something to read from. I wrote it this morning. Woke up at 4:30 in the morning to print this. But when I saw this expo center, I I had a vision to fill this expo center with Pontiacs. My other vision was to unite the Northeast clubs. First, I want to thank Noel Evans and the Nutmeg chapter. Can I get them to stand up, please? For allowing us to invade their territory. Thank you guys very much. Can I get Scott Scribner and Ingrid from the Northeast chapter to stand up, please? Thank you very much for helping out. Can I get the rest of the Northeast chapter to stand up, please? Oh, they're not. Okay. Can I get Steve Freitas and Lisa to stand up, please? Thank you for everything you've done this week. Can I also get the rest of the Little Rhodey chapter to stand up? Thank you, guys. Thank you for following my heart. Can I also get Paul Berbeau from the Pioneer Valley GTO Club to stand up? And I want to thank you for all the help with the Monkey Mobile, getting that to come here, and listening to this crazy person on the phone trying to get everything together. Can I get the rest of the Pioneer Valley Club to stand up, please? Thank you, guys. Thank you for showing up and helping out as much as you did. Next, can I get Merle Green to stand up, please? Can I get a standing ovation for Merle? Thank you very, very much. Without you, I could not have done this. Merle, please stay standing. Can I get the rest of the Yankee chapter to stand up? Guys, without you, this would have never happened. Thank you very, very much. Yes, Merle? Mike Green, oh, he's on the list. Can I also get Mike Green to stand up? Can I keep standing? Can I also get the rest of the crew that helped Mike stand up, please? That loadout took, what, half an hour? 25 minutes that loadout took. Amazing. Thank you, Mike. And I'm just going to take one more person to stand up for me. Can I get Julie to stand up? Without you, I could never have done this. Without your help writing my president's messages and everything, putting up with my bullshit, putting up with my craziness about the convention every 10 minutes. First thing I wake up, honey, look what I did with the convention. But thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I also want to thank for everybody for showing up. Without you, this would have never happened either. So give yourselves a round. And Art, thank you for all the sleepless nights. I appreciate it. And Larry, thank you for being our president.
Well, that's pretty awesome for those chapters out there that we sometimes have to go beg to host a convention. to see them be able to team up with so many other surrounding chapters is an awesome sight, and just shows you what can be done with little vision and insight by a couple of people. So again, thank everybody that helped put on this convention. I know some of you may be a little tired of standing, but there's a couple of rounds of folks here. One of them for sure we always like to honor. At this time, if all the veterans would stand, I'd appreciate it. Just because of you folks that we can be here tonight, thank you. And I'm not too sure how many we have, but we're obviously about to see. But considering what we all have faced the last couple of years, I would like anybody in the medical field to please stand up and be recognized. My wife, unfortunately, not unfortunately that she's a nurse, but she must have got wind of my agenda because she does not like attention. And anyways, she's unfortunately pretty sick and up in the room tonight. So I was figuring she must have read the agenda and she didn't get the attention. But I guess I get double wheels tonight, huh? All right, at this time we have a couple of special presentations to be made. So I'm going to ask Paul Bourbeau, representing the Pontiac Preservation Association Hall of Fame, and Steve Pluso to come up, please.
Many of you know me. My name is Paul Bourbeau. I'm the president of the Pioneer Valley GTO, and also a member of the Yankee chapter. Proud member. And only having 2 members stand up for the Pioneer Valley. We had about 12 guys here. A lot of them left. There's, I think, 5 or 6 here tonight. So I just want to make sure that you know that the Pioneer Valley really worked hard here, and I want to make sure that that's known. I know there is 4 or 5 here, but it was about 12 or 14. Thank you, Larry, for putting up the Hall of Fame presentation. I'm stepping in for Mike Spizzeri, and he couldn't be here tonight for the presentation for the Hall of Fame. Many of you are familiar over the last few years they've done that. It's an independent, nonprofit educational institution dedicated to the appreciation and historical development of the Pontiac hobby. Its impact in the industry and preserving the memory of those who made it and make an outstanding contribution. The Hall of Fame mission is to preserve Pontiac's history of honor and excellence within, and to make connection between generations of people who enjoy classic cars. Induction into the Hall of Fame is reserved for those that have made significant impact on the Pontiac automobile and well into the hobby itself, which all you have. So it's also a appreciation to you as well. This year we're inducting 3 living members and 3 deceased nominees, which are being finalized. They won't be announced today, but they will be in the future at Norwalk, and hopefully you'll be there to view that. As just shown is showing the tree that, the Hall of Fame tree that they have. It's not here, obviously, but it will be in Norwalk. The official ceremony will be August 1st at Norwalk. If anybody'd like to participate in next year's voting, you can go to, where's their page here? Pontiac Preservation Association.org. That's where all the nominees are, and you can vote on them. There's also a GoFundMe page that allows donations to help some of these people get brought to these ceremonies that aren't able to afford it or don't have any way of getting there for the inductions. Again, I'd like to thank you and the Yankee chapter for putting on this Nationals. We had 4 months to plan it. Merle, Mike, Ron, the Yankee chapter. I mean, it's really quite a accomplishment. This stuff is usually done planned by January, and we had from March on to plan it. And these guys did a great job. So I'm glad to be part of that. I'd like to, give them a hand on that. Thank you for listening.
Good evening, everybody. As you know, we haven't had a real good year, and we had an even worse year when we lost Steve Ames. I met Steve Ames in 1977 when I was looking for a fender molding for my 63 Bonneville. I called Steve. I arranged to meet him at a swap meet in Holden, Massachusetts. I said, "Steve, how will I recognize you?" He says, "I'll be wearing the yellow Hearst hat." And if any of you know Steve from way back when, you remember the yellow Hearst hat. And that hat changed from time to time. Finally, he wore a Pontiac hat. So thank you, Steve. But this is a biography written by Steve's wife, Joan. 62 years is a long time to know someone, but in Steve's case, it was an incredible life, and we wish it could have been longer. I first saw Steve in the 9th grade study hall in the library. This 5'3" blonde kid who was never still and always causing chaos. I wrote him off immediately. Then after summer break, Steve was in all my classes and had grown 5 or 6 inches. That year I realized how smart and cute he was, and we had our first date for the spring exchange concert. His parents drove us as neither of us had yet had a license. Steve grew up in Tingsboro, Mass, and should have gone to Lowell High, but his parents preferred Nashua as they were really New Hampshire people. No school bus service, but it was the 50s, and you rode with whoever had a license. I was at Nashua because our small town had just switched from Milford. Neither of us had a local high school, luckily. We finally married 10 years later after college. My junior year in France and Steve's military commitment to the Air National Guard as a radar tech. We were apart more than together as our colleges were 7 hours apart in Maine and Vermont. His mother said to my grandmother in 1968, "What are they waiting for now?" See the wedding? Okay. And now we see the Shelby. We moved to Orland, Maine on the edge of Down East, driving our only new car for the next 20 years, a 67 Shelby, to a 3rd floor apartment over the general store. Steve worked as a mechanical engineer for the St. Regis Paper Company. But he was a glorified draftsman working inside, and he liked neither. He lasted a year and a half and then quit and went to outdoor work, putting in concrete foundations, continuing his drag racing hobby at Oxford Speedway, and also working as a tech director at the stock car track in Unity, Maine. In addition, he published a weekly race program and sold advertising for the Maine Junior Miss program. Can you imagine that? Steve Ames selling advertising for Junior Miss. That was a brief career in real estate, and on to buying, fixing, and reselling minor wrecks in the garage he rented. 7 years, rented the 7 years we lived in Maine. We moved to New Hampshire in 1975 to the only home we've ever known, a 1787 Cape on 200 acres in Marlborough in the picturesque Monadnock region. Steve, who always preferred the rustic life and sleeping on the front seat of the truck, says, "Do you like the house? Because I really like the idea of 200 acres. I can hear Steve saying that. Simultaneously, we had gone to the Hershey swap meet one fall, and I saw people selling fuel injection and Chevy parts. Steve didn't realize they had any value, parts he had saved from his drag racing days. Thus began Ames Performance Engineering. Steve, driving his old pickup with gas or propane fuel, options to dealers of the Mississippi from 1976 to the early 80s when the dealers became running out of obsolete parts. He had soon learned the competition was far less in Pontiac than Chevrolet, no haggling. When Steve realized that some of the people he met were making parts in their cellars or garages, he could replenish his inventory. We began publishing our Pontiac parts catalogs and building the barns you see across from our house. We could also order parts still available from our local GM dealership. Steve always emphasized quality and service. He didn't want customers waiting for their parts, so we strived to stock nearly 90% of them. He began his wholesale manufacturing company, Ames Automotive Enterprises, in 1989. Mostly in Taiwan, as our quantities were too small for U.S. manufacturers, but the quality was there. And we did a lot of quality control and testing in-house. Steve continued going to trade and road shows to keep in touch with customers' needs and suggestions. He was a prime mover in developing the superseded drag race show and swap meet at Summit Raceway Park in Norwalk, Ohio, giving back all he could to the racers and other participants. Free coffee, donuts, free buffets, returning the winners' entries fees. To this day, it is still a huge growing show sponsored by Ames Performance Engineering. Steve loved our country and had a strong interest in visiting the national parks. We visited 43 of the 59 parks over the last 25 years. Whatever Steve was into, he was all in. Whether it was building a lakeside cottage in Maine with his parents at 10 years old, or working in his vegetable gardens, or playing tennis in Key West, it got all his undivided attention, so I did whatever needed. Steve's untimely death is a huge loss to the people who knew, loved, and worked for him. But he always said he had all he hoped to do and was able to go tomorrow with no regrets. Steve's last gift to us is the preservation of his low-mile, unrestored collection, which is open by appointment. See our website, Ames Automotive Foundation, to arrange a time when you might visit Steve's car museum. The museum is just down the road from the home they bought 45 years ago. Steve would say, "Live each day as it were the last, in case it is." Thank you, Joan Ames. We're going to show.
Another turning point, fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end that's right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your
has done more for the automotive hobby than anybody has ever done and anyone will ever do. But behind every successful man, there's a successful woman. So I want to bring Joan Ames up.
Now, Steve always said he had a great ride in the hobby, which was also his business. It was everything he ever wanted to do. And we thank you always for your support. Thank you so much.
Everybody, please raise their glasses and give a toast to Steve Ames. Larry, it's all you.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Mike Green.
That's a little bit like Mass here, so everybody please rise and join with me in honoring our country with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated, please. I'd just like to take a minute to give a few words of praise and thanks before our meal. Dear Lord, we thank you. We thank you for this earth. You are the creator of the mountains, the valleys, beautiful rivers, the oceans, the scenic landscapes. We thank you for bringing us all here together for these events where we come together as friends, as family. We meet new friends. We give you praise and thanks. And Lord, we thank you for bringing us safely together. We ask as we leave over the next couple of days to take us safely back to our homes. And Lord, we thank you for our lives, but we also thank you and praise you for those that we've lost and those that have gone to you now. We are going to raise up one person especially tonight as a group. And that person is Steve Ames. We raise him up to you, Lord, and we ask you to bless him, and we ask you to be patient with him as he asks you about all those low mileage cars and where he can come. And dear Lord, we ask you to please bless our men and women overseas that are protecting our freedom. We ask you to bless our leaders, the leaders of our country, the leaders of our allied nations, the leaders of our states, our cities, our towns, this club, our chapters. Bless them, give them patience, give them courage, let them make good decisions and strengthen this organization as it goes forward. And dear Lord, we just thank you for this convention, for the work that you've had us do. And we ask you to bless the people that are preparing our meal, the food itself. Let it nourish our bodies as you nourish our souls. In your Son's Jesus' name, amen.
All right, at this time they'll start serving and enjoy the evening.
it was because they were sitting in the hot box for 45 minutes.
stuff came another 6 weeks.
Paying in where it is, but I saw somebody saying one of
Today's step count was 812, or 12,812.
Is Hillis, Mathis, or another Nebraska man chapter member here by chance? Is that Hillis? If you could come up here, please, for a second. Tom McLeod.
still 80% charge. I charged my phone up to 23%. It's been running off on every place. I got big anchors this time.
If I go ahead and get everybody's attention, we still got some desserts being spread out there, but that's okay. We've got a couple announcements to make concerning this convention, and we're just going ahead and get started. We're starting to get a little behind on our time schedule here, so. Like I said, everybody get seated. We'll go ahead and get started on the rest of the awards and everything for tonight. I do want to go ahead and discuss that we still really appreciate and excited when we see the kids show up. We seem to be seeing less of them. I don't know what we're got coming now, or the drinking kids or what, but anyway, we do what we can to still try to keep the young ones involved. And I want to go ahead and announce now all of these winners have already received their gifts for participation. But I want to say thanks to our model car contest participants. We had Keith Wood, Dick Smart, Steve Burns, and Wolf Feist. And in the coloring contest, we had Anthony DeCola, Olivia Jacobs, Eva Sarek, Everly Sarek, Thomas McEwen, and Will McEwen. Thank you. Again, I'm not too sure because of our last minute planning with COVID, how much advertising we got, but in 2019 at the convention, we started a deal, thanks to the local chapter, for the youth judging, which involved a certain age group. And this is sponsored by Haggerty. And we looked to carry that forward. We thought it was a big success, and everybody really seemed to enjoy it. And my understanding, they had a good experience again this year with 9 kids involved. Now, these awards were picked by these kids and of various ages, and my understanding that these names I'm fixing to call out have already received their awards from the kids earlier in the week. First place went to Brandon Earl with an 89 Trans Am Pace Car, 20th Anniversary Edition. I think he's going to sell me that car. I think we had talked about that earlier. There it is. Second place, Todd Goldman with a 68 GTO convertible. And third place was Bobby Farland with a 70 Catalina wagon. Congratulations. And I think this is the person that headed that up at the last minute. Correct me if I'm wrong, Greg Corbin. Anyway, appreciate you doing that for us. Really appreciate it. At this time, we'll start getting into more of the other awards. So I'll introduce Jack Anderson to present the original Owners Awards.
Good evening. My wife tells me I'm humble a lot, so if you can't hear me in the back, just raise your hands. I'll try to. Thank you. Thank you. Set myself up for that. The other thing I'll say is, if you notice, I start to shiver, go into a catatonic state. I forgot my laptop. I'm doing this off of my phone. And if it freezes on me, I'm just going to melt up here, so it's great to see the Pontiac hobby and all of you have survived the last year. I know it hasn't been easy for a lot of us. The fact that we can gather in these numbers and safely travel is a welcome sign of a return to normalcy. It's already been said tonight, but it bears repeating. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the convention organizers and planners, Art, Larry, Merle, Ron, and all the New England chapter volunteers for their perseverance in overcoming the unique challenges and on putting together such a successful event. Can we give them all a hand? I also want to thank the other members of the Regulators Committee, John Havens, Mark Tilson, Jeffrey Redditch, who's not here this convention, and John Havens, by the way, is an original owner award winner for his 1968 Ventura. Mark Tilson, POCI Director for the Great Lakes region, has some thoughts he'd like to share on the original honor program.
Thank you, Jack. I just have a few minutes. Good evening, everybody. Jack Anderson was the brainchild behind starting this prestigious award several years ago. It's just been an amazing ride, and he can give you the facts and figures in terms of how many people have received the award to date. It's, I think, well over 100. With that being said, I have a short story I'd like to share with all of you. Many years ago, a good friend and business associate of mine said to me, "You don't make any shots you don't take." Several awards being given away tonight are for individuals who were never POCI members and unaware this recognition was anywhere in sight. Those folks we all met between Jack and I recently at car shows, explained to them the virtues of POCI and letting them know that there was an award like this available, and you should see the eyes just pop out. So basically, the moral of the story is, you don't ask, you don't get. We believe, especially in our committee, as well as the rest of the directors in the organization, that there's still a lot of folks out there, they're original owners, and would love to be acknowledged and join POCI. It's a win-win situation. So my recommendation is, when you're at a car show, you're at a cruise, go up to all the Pontiac members, Pontiac owners, and strike up a conversation. You'll be shocked, absolutely shocked and amazed how many people, A, are not aware of POCI, and 2, are unaware, or you may not be unaware, that they're actually sitting next to an original owner car that they bought in 1968. So get out there, promote, and let's keep POCI moving along. With that being said, I'd like to thank once again Larry Kreider for a phenomenal 3 years of his leadership and dedication to POCI. Now back to the man, the myth, the legend, Jack Anderson. Thank you.
Okay. How do I look at that? Five years ago, the POCI Board of Directors authorized this program to honor the long relationship between those who bought a new Pontiac or GMC vehicle and lovingly maintained it for a quarter century or more. In that time, we presented 114 original owners awards. Tonight, we're pleased to add 16 additional names to that honor roll. I'm going to announce the original owners being recognized tonight in chronological order by vehicle model year. I ask the owners to come up to the stage, hopefully from this side or the center, receive their award over there, and then I'm going to ask them to wait in the corner. We're going to take a group photograph. The first award for a 1967 Le Mans hardtop coupe, Richard Bragg. Next we have a flock of Firebirds, 3 1967 Firebird convertibles. Connie Luciano. Timothy Rebecki. Charles Agiris. A 1969 Firebird coupe belonging to Bob Pocris. A 1974 Trans Am Super Duty 455 coupe belonging to Bob Simmers. Michael Furlow for his 1977 Grand Prix coupe. Joseph Giuliano for another 1977 Grand Prix coupe. Joseph Santiso III, 1977 Trans Am coupe. Bobby Jean LaGrua, 1979 Grand Prix coupe. Stephen Colaccio, 1981 Trans Am coupe. Edward Gangwich, 1984 Parisienne Rome sedan. Greg Hawsley, 1985 GMC Sierra Classic. And a prime example of what Mark was just talking about. David Green was not aware of POCI's existence. A week or two ago, I believe it was, Mike Green, no relationship, spotted this original owner car, a 1985 Trans Am coupe at a car show, and told David Green, "You need an original owner's award." I'll paraphrase it. He said, "Where do I get one?" You joined POCI. He's joined POCI. I hope everybody will welcome him as a new member. He came to the convention, and I hope he'll be a member for the rest of his life. He gets an original owner award tonight.
Hey, Ron.
Robert Fico, 1988 Trans Am coupe. I didn't get to see that car this week. Unfortunately, they were on their way. The car broke down, but the proud owners are here tonight.
Something's going to shut up in 20 seconds.
And lastly, Mary Leonard, a 1988 Trans Am GTA coupe. I'd like any original owners that received an award in prior years to stand up also and be recognized.
You know anything about the dressing? No, but this one just signed out and shut off. I don't know if there's a way to
All right. Congratulations to you all. I wish everyone a safe trip home and look forward to seeing you in K.I.T.T. Thanks. Larry, it's all you, Larry.
All right, let's just keep this moving. At this time, I'd like to introduce the POCI Chief Judge, Steve Cook. Assisting him will be the Deputy Chief Judges, Mary Sundberg and Wolfgang Feist, and maybe others.
Good evening, folks. Usually we try to get everybody out of here by 10. We might be running a little bit late this evening, so I'm going to poll everyone, let you all decide. I believe in democracy. Should we hold applause to the end of each class, or should we have applause with each person? So, if you want to hold it to the end of the class, don't clap. If you would like it with each person, but wait a minute now. To the end of the class, clap now. For each individual person, clap now. Okay. I'll let you know when we have class breaks. We'll try to move as efficiently as possible, but we want to let everyone have their moment in the limelight as well. Got a little apology to make. We've had a lot of computer glitches with photography and with computers all meshing together. Everyone had their cars photographed. We like to have everyone's moment of glory up here on the big screen. We spent all afternoon. We were able to recover the points judge cars for display. Larry and I are having to do them manually, so hopefully we won't have any glitches instead of the computer taking care of it for us. And unfortunately, the popular vote cars could not be organized in time. So we're going to have to just do an announcement on the popular vote cars. We certainly appreciate it, or apologize for it, but we did the best we could. There just wasn't enough time. We figured you didn't want to wait until 1 o'clock in the morning. So I hope you all understand. Trying to be brief, just first of all, I'd like to recognize my understanding wife, Andrea, of almost 47 years. She puts up with 6 weeks of POCI stuff at the dining room table and helps out all she can, so appreciate it, honey. Also, a real quick thanks to Mary Sundberg over here. She works tirelessly. And there's so many people to mention. I'm just going to first mention the ones by name that helped out, like at Tech almost the whole time, and then recognize others. At Tech the whole time we had Dan Marsh, Wolfgang Feist, Dan and Jan Varney. They're all here. We appreciate so much help with Tech. And then through the whole process, all the other folks that helped out with Tech, you know, we had a lot of people who spent at least a day, maybe a day and a half out there with us. The team captains and all the judges. So appreciate everybody. It was a team effort. Thank you all. And then just real quickly, I'll mention Rick Gonser. He had been our chief judge since at least 1995 when he started the points judge program. Wolfgang was involved with it. Bernie Hackett was involved with it. Bernie's passed away, and Rick has been here almost every convention. He planned right until the last moment to be here this year, and I've been sending him emails, you know, are you going to be there for sure? What can I plan on? You know, because he's just a wealth of knowledge, and he helps us out so much at Tech. And just here in the last week, he sent me a notice. He said, my family and my doctors thought it would be best if I did not make the trip, so he had to excuse himself. So, everybody, I think we owe a round of applause to Rick Gonser, even though he's here. Okay, on the awards, when we do both the points judged and the popular vote awards, there's some folks that have a trophy pickup form. And so we can expedite this, we ask you if you have a form and you're picking it up for someone, you wait until the end of the ward so that it doesn't interrupt the flow, because usually it takes a little more time to process that. So if you have a form and you're picking one up for someone, just kind of wait until all the trophies have been given away and all the names have been announced, and then maybe come up, we'll take care of you and get the award for whoever you have a pickup form for. That make sense? All right, thank you all. Okay. Also let everyone know in the Points Judge program, which have been announced first, after the convention, a few weeks to a month after the convention, we will make a copy and send everyone their judging sheet. We'll send you a certificate, and if you happen to win a Indian Maiden like the one down here, it's the 1935 Pontiac Hood ornament. This one has the feather missing, just like Mr. Cook's. Not this Cook, another Cook. But we have a sticker that goes on there, so that it's identified to this convention. And every convention we do this, it'll say the name of the convention and the year, and you put it on your Indian Maiden after you receive your Indian Maiden, after you receive the sticker. But we won't send that out until we send out our certificate. So if you get a Maiden, for right now, it's just generic, and then when you get the sticker, you'll put it on it when you receive your judging sheet, your certificate. Does that make sense? Okay. With that said, I think it's time to get started. What we're going to do is we're going to start with the modified cars. In the modified classification, we start with a 400-point scale. 400 points is a perfect car. If you scored 295 or more, you receive a bronze. If you score 330 out of 400 or more, you receive a silver. And if you score 365 or more out of 400, you receive a gold. So with that said, and I'm going to ask everyone if we can keep a traffic flow, come in on this end over here, and exit over on this side over here, if you would please. That'll keep it moving efficiently. And what we can do is we'll hold the applause until I'm done with the bronze, and we'll hold the applause until I'm done with the silver, and then we'll hold the applause until I'm done with the gold. All right, so in the modified cars, bronze, we have Kenneth Wilms. Modified bronze, we have Ted Mescal. Bronze award, we have Ron Sinisi. Bronze award, we have Peter Spinelli. Bronze award, we have Terry Thoman. And those are our bronze award winners. If you would, as you come up to the young ladies, clearly announce your name to them so they'll know, and say your award, Ron Sinisi, bronze award, if you would. That way they know exactly what's going on. Appreciate it. Silver awards and modified. We have Joseph Galliano. We have Steve Laughlin. We have Doug Klein. Larry Aller. James Bertoli. Bob Axman. I'm sorry, I should have stopped there. That's our silver awards. Now we have our gold awards. Now, Bob Axman, please. We're ready for a GTO, Larry. Next car, I think. I think that should be Bob Axman's car right there. Then we have Patrick Colabala. We have George Disk. Mark Nowak, Kevin Simpson, Larry Mucci, Ray Quebec, Bob Szymanski, Merle Green Jr., Kurt Barnes. I'm sorry, I should be announcing these cars. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, folks. I'm so sorry. James Gamashi with his 1965 GTO. I sincerely apologize. That's how this whole day's been going. We've been behind since 4 o'clock this morning, so I apologize. We have Don Page with his 1966 Tempest Custom. Gold. Also gold, we have Richard Cook with his 1935 Improved Series 605. John Gamashi with his 65 Tempest Custom.
What?
Mark Nowak with a 64 Le Mans GTO. Dick Smart with his 1968 GTO. Rich Wagon with a 1962 Grand Prix. Salvador Rosito with a 1964 GTO. Skip Blowers with a 1961 Ventura. Matthew Hills, another gold, with a 64 Catalina. Dave Simone gold with a 1967 GTO. Michael Hammond with a 1969 Custom for gold. Chip Berluti with a 1965 GTO gold. Paul Tuzzini with a 1967 GTO gold. Mark Shea with a 1967 GTO gold. And that ends our gold awards for modifieds. Larry, just hold up on the pictures a moment, if you would, please. I want to go back and I'm going to read out the cars of these folks I missed at the beginning. I sincerely apologize. Kenneth Williams had a 69 GTO. Ted Mescal had a 58 Safari. Ron Sinisi had his 63 Pontiac Grand Prix. Peter Spinelli had his 1964 Grand Prix. Terry Thoman had a 67 Firebird. Joseph Giuliano had a 77 Grand Prix LJ. Steve Laughlin had a 62 Grand Prix. Doug Klein brought his 72 Le Mans. Larry Aller had his 67 GTO. James Bertoli brought his 58 Star Chief. Bob Axman had a 69 GTO. Patrick Colabella had a 67 GTO. I think they got me caught up. If I missed you, I certainly apologize. Okay, next we have the stock, next we have stock cars. Where did we leave off, Larry? Do you know what number? Okay. I think I got, Mark Shea, did you get your award, please? Okay, thank you. I'm ready for stock cars now. These are the vehicles that have been restored to stock original condition. They're judged as though they were just rolling out of the factory. We judge on a 400-point scale. Again, the same point scoring, 295 is bronze, 330 or more is silver, 365 or more is gold, and if you would happen to score 390 the first time, you also get gold junior status. If you're already a junior and you score 390 or better the second time, you go gold senior, and the next time you show up after that and get scored well, you get champion. So with that, I'll start reading the stock vehicles. For bronze, we have Ken Claiborne with his 1961 Bonneville. David Kentarges with a 1968 GTO bronze. And those are our bronze winners in stock. For silver, we have Paul Zito with a 69 Firebird, Teresa Carifa with a 77 Firebird, Thomas Brumley, 67 GTO Silver, Arthur Raro with a 1986 Firebird TA Silver, Michael Green, 1968 Firebird Silver, Bradley Wheeler, 1957 Custom Safari Silver, Joseph Mendaro III with a 1960 Ventura Vista Silver. And those are our Silver Award winners in stock. And these are our gold winners now. We have Steve Capone with a 58 Chieftain, gold. Edward Gangswich with a 1964 Parisian Custom Sport, gold. Steve Gosinski with a 1964 GTO, gold. Next page. Gary Trombino with his 71 Firebird TA, gold. Brian Rowe with a 1988 Firebird TA GTA, gold. Michael Deskill with a 63 Bonneville, gold. Ralph and Jan Catalano, 1963 Tempest Le Mans, gold. Kerry Klotzman with a 1968 GTO, gold. Edward Gangswich with a 1984 Parisian Brome, gold. Oh. Okay. Joe German with his 1967 GTO, gold. Phil Ferrato with a 1980 Firebird, gold. Frank Balsamo with a 1964 GTO, gold. John Vitale with a 1970 GTO Judge, gold. Richard Pasquarella with a 1965 Le Mans GTO, gold. Tommy Nolan brought a 61 Catalina and achieved gold. Perry Kaiser with a 1967 GTO, gold. Ralph Keller with a 1972 Grand Prix, gold. Gary Heiklin with a 1969 GTO, gold. Anthony Griffo with a 1962 Bonneville, gold. Paul Barbeau, 1970 GTO, gold. Susan Gianpietro with a 1999 Firebird TA, gold. David Rogala, 1958 Star Chief, gold. Ed Simons with a 1939 Deluxe 8 Gold Award. And that is our gold awards in stock.
Good job, Dick.
We now have our gold junior. They've earned $390 or more this year for the first time that they've shown this car with POCI. We have David Tallner with his 1929 Landaulet sedan, gold, junior. Thomas Lepron with a 1970 Firebird, gold, junior. Roger Klaus with a 1967 GTO, gold, junior. James Mattis with a 1966 Catalina station wagon, gold, junior. Bruce Lefevre with a 1958 Star Chief, gold, junior. John Russo with a 1967 Firebird Gold Junior. Martin Hirsch with his 1960 Bonneville Gold Junior. Larry Kulik Jr. with his 2005 Bonneville GXP Gold Junior. Edward Rowe with his 1967 GTO Gold Junior. Amy Jo Stolarik with a 1966 GTO Gold Junior. Brian Whitford with a 1968 GTO Gold Junior. Ray DiCrescenzo with a 1970 GTO Judge Gold Junior. And those are our Gold Juniors in stock. And if someone would like to claim their glasses that were left in the men's room, they're right up here on the stage. Okay, on the Gold Seniors. What's interesting about the Senior Award is when you score 390 or more for the second time. It was interesting, now that we're up here in the Northeast, we had one car that scored as junior in 2006, and now he's returned in 2021 for the first time since then and scored 390 or better. I forget which of the recipients it was, but it's just so that everyone knows they do not have to be consecutive. You know, once you've achieved junior level, it can be any of a number of years before you achieve your senior. Sometimes you might not score as high and not go to the senior level, or many years may lapse. But just so that you know, once you're a junior, you're always striving for that senior, and it doesn't matter how long it's been. Okay, Michael Leskowski with a 1965 Le Mans GTO Senior Gold. Stanley Freed with a 1968 GTO Senior Gold. Michael Ford with a 1977 Grand Prix Senior Gold. Valerie Long with her 1997 Firebird has achieved champion status. Congratulations. Valerie has received her junior, she's received her senior, and now she's achieved champion with her car. Okay, now it's on to the survivor category. I don't know if you saw all of us out there in tech inspection, but when someone comes up and tells us it's a survivor, we go over it pretty closely, especially the first time. POCI requires you to have 70% of your original interior, original paint, 70% of your original paint. And some of these cars are just absolutely stunningly beautiful and well preserved. And we really looked them over close. And if you see that they're called a survivor, by gosh, they really are a survivor. We've made sure of it. So these are some well preserved cars, and we hold them in the highest esteem. I'm going to announce gold winners first. We had no bronze or silver. Richard Bragg had a 67 Le Mans. He achieved gold survivor. James Sullivan had a 1970 Grand Prix SJ gold survivor. Greg Hawksley had his 1985 Sierra Classic GMC truck gold survivor. Charlene Richter brought a 77 Grand Prix Gold Survivor. Stephen Coit with a 1963, I'm getting ahead of myself. Those are our gold winners in Survivor. Okay, now our junior gold survivors in stock. Stephen Coit is a gold junior in the survivor class with a 1963 Catalina. Greg Hawksley brought two cars this year, and this is his 1967 GTO. He has achieved Gold Junior in Survivor. Joseph Santisto IV brought a 77 Firebird TA, Gold Junior in Survivor. Richard Shaw with a 1972 Granville, Gold Survivor Junior. Alexander Paul, 1967 Catalina 2+2, Gold Junior in Survivor. Joe Guerrera with a 1966 GTO, Gold Junior Survivor. Art Constantine, 1967 GTO, Gold Junior Survivor. I have one more Gold Junior, and that is Robert Harris with a 1988 Fiero, Gold Junior in Survivor. Those are our Gold Junior survivors. And I know the suspense has been killing them on this one. In Gold Senior Survivor, we have Jack Anderson with his 1958 Bonneville. Congratulations, Jack.
Nice point, Robert.
Donald Simmons with a 1976 Grand Prix Gold Senior Survivor. Robert Walker with a 1987 Fiero GT Gold Senior Survivor. James Prudente with a 1989 Firebird Gold Senior Survivor. And those are our seniors. These next two cars I'm going to announce have achieved champion, and we like to say when you have a champion in the Survivor category, these are the caliber cars, and when someone says, I wonder how they really built them, how should I restore my car, you can point to them and say, go look at that one, it's a champion Survivor. So these are the cars that are really, they've been through the mill, and they've got their champion at Survivor. We have Jim Rogers with a 1934 Standard Sedan. He's achieved champion in Survivor. This car is all original, folks. And we have another all original champion Survivor. Belongs to Dan Barney. It's a 65 Le Mans. Congratulations, Dan. Okay, once you achieve champion status, we love it when you come back and show your car again. And the champions get a plaque. It's a piano finish plaque, and there's a little brass plate on there, and it tells what year it was and what convention you've attended to achieve it. And once you get your plaque, then every year we repeat it. When you come back as a repeat, we give you a number, and you can be a repeat 2, 4, 6, 8 champion, whatever. And you get your little brass plate. And for years, that's all you really got. And we did a little something different this year. We've made the brass plate, but we also have a certificate that's hanging on your wall. Mary, if you wanted to hold one up for folks to see. So the repeat champions are getting a little bit more for their long trip out to the Northeast here. So the first one I have to announce, Gary Kittle came with his 1966 Catalina 2+2. He is a champion second time here. Dondi Weniger brought his 66 GTO, and these are survivors. No, I'm sorry, they're not all survivors. They're just champions. They're our champions. We have Dondi Weniger with a 66 GTO. He's a champion 3 now. Terry Pope, we haven't seen him since 2013, then in 19 again, and now we have him in 2021. He brought his 1972 GTO. He's champion 4 times. John Kappelman is here with his 1961 Bonneville, champion 6 times for John. Stephen Kyler with his 1965 GTO, champion 8 times. Richard Larrabee brought his 1967 Catalina 2+2. He is now a champion 9 times. Get ready for this. Philip Roush Sr. brought his 65 Catalina 2+2. He is now a champion 15 times. Several years ago, when we had our first repeat champions hit 5 years, we said we need to do something special. And so we made it a standard. When you make champion 5 times, you get a silver tray to commemorate it. And when you hit champion 10 times, which, you know, here it snuck up on us and it happened a few years ago, champion 10 times, you get a crystal award. And we had to do something for Philip for 15 years, so now you get an embroidered jacket celebrating that you're a champion 15 times. Congratulations. Okay, and the culmination of the points judged cars, everyone's gotten an award, and one of these cars scored 400 points this year. We had an extremely high amount of very nice cars, so we had several that just, when you see them, they really are worthy, but there was one 400-point car. That was a 1967 GTO Judge belonging to Ray D. Crescenzo. Concord Elegance. Did I say it's a 1970 GTO Judge? I sincerely apologize. Is this Ray coming down? Congratulations, Ray. Ray will get a Concord Elegance jacket. He's going to have to give his size to Mary because we never know who's going to win every year, and Mary will take care of getting a jacket to him for his Concord Elegance Award. That concludes the Points Judge Show. Somebody ahead of me got my water. Okay, we're going to go into the Popular Vote Show. Again, what I'll do is I'll ask you to please hold your applause to the end of each class. Classes will go a little bit faster on this. Okay, class number 1 is all Oaklands. The winner of Most Outstanding Award is Noel and Star Evans with the 1929 Oakland. Class number 2, these are the 26 to 36 Pontiacs. We have 3 award winners. The outstanding in class is John La Rochelle with a 28 Pontiac Landau Coupe. We have Richard Hoffmeyer with a 31 Pontiac, also outstanding. And most outstanding in Class 2 is David Mills with his 36 Pontiac Cabriolet. Class 3, we had no entries. Class 4, we had entries, but they just didn't show up. Both of these classes had people sign up, but then they did not come. So then, Class 5, we have 2 participants. Outstanding in class was Carl Petrie with his 1955 Pontiac Chieftain. And most outstanding in that class was Bradley Wheeler with his 1957 Pontiac. that was the 55 to 57 Pontiac all models. Apologies. Okay. Now we're on Class 6, which are the Custom Safaris 55 to 58. Runner-up, not runner-up. Outstanding in class is Bradley Wheeler with a 1957 Pontiac Custom Safari. And most outstanding in class is Bruce Dean with a 1955 Pontiac Safari. Class 7, it's 1958 Pontiacs, all models. We have Pete Balassis with his 1958 Pontiac, most outstanding in class. Class 8, which is the 59 to 60, all models. We have Michael Krofchek with a 59 Pontiac, outstanding in class. And Joe Carfanga with a 1959 Pontiac Bonneville, most outstanding in class. Class 9, these are the 61 to 62 full-size cars. Our most outstanding class was Frank Tuca with a 1962 Pontiac Star Chief. Class 10, or 63 to 64 full-size, except probably Grand Prix, it's truncated. We have outstanding in class was Bob Lefferts with his 1964 Pontiac. Also outstanding in class, we have Frank Tuca with a 1964 Pontiac Catalina. And most outstanding in his class was Michael Smith with a 1964 Pontiac Catalina. Congratulations. Class 11, these are the 2+2, it says convert and then it's truncated. 64 to 70, 2+2, US and Canadian. We have Jack White Jr. with his 1967 Pontiac 2+2. Most outstanding in class. Congratulations. Class 12, these are the 65, 66 full size. Outstanding in class, we have Jonathan Kitcher with a 65 Pontiac Star Chief. And most outstanding in this class is Paul Ferry with a 1965 Pontiac Bonneville. Congratulations. Sir. I now have class 13. These are the 67 to 70 full size. Outstanding in class, we have Hugh Purnell with a 1967 Pontiac Ventura. Outstanding in class, we have Mark Mastrange with a 1967 Pontiac Catalina. And most outstanding in class, we have Dan Fiore with his 1969 Pontiac Catalina. Congratulations. Class 14, these are the 71 to 2005 full size. Outstanding in class, we have Christopher Hoverick with a 2002 Pontiac Bonneville. Also outstanding in class, we have Michael Dugan with a 1971 Pontiac Granville. And most outstanding in class 14 is George Burbidge with a 1972 Pontiac Granville. Congratulations. Class 16, you have two winners. Outstanding in class is Eugene Newman with his 1964 Pontiac GTO. And most outstanding in class is Stephen Freitas with a 1965 Pontiac GTO. Those with the 65 and 60s, 64 and 65 GTOs require documentation. Class 17, these are the 66 and 67 GTOs. We have several winners in this class. Outstanding in class, we have William Myers with a 66 GTO. We have Salvatore Mali with a 67 GTO. Also outstanding in class, we have Gary Carthon with a 66 Pontiac GTO. And also outstanding is Lloyd Paro with a 66 Pontiac GTO. And our most outstanding in class 17 is Paul Barbeau with his 1967 Pontiac GTO. Congratulations. Just so you all know, what we do is, we've got 66 classes listed in our books for popular vote. And we keep records like back 10 or 15 years on how many cars have registered each year for each class. And we do like a 5-year look back. And every year, using that 5-year look back, if we see trends, we try to adjust the classes just a little bit. We never just do a knee-jerk 1 or 2. It's always a 5-year look back. And if we see a pattern that certain classes are only getting 0 or 1 car, we try to combine it with another similar class. And if we see classes that are getting 12, 14 cars, we try to split them in half. So that's why you see a lot of these classes change just a little bit from year to year, and the number of your class might change a little bit year to year. It's because we're trying to adapt to the times. And what we've seen here lately is we get more and more semi-mods and modified cars. And our old, reliable Pontiacs from the old days, we're getting less and less of those showing up. But boy, we sure love to see every one of them come out. But just so you know, that's why there's a little adjustment on classes. Now what we do is, on a year like this year, where we have several classes in the beginning that did not have any participants show up, or maybe we only had 1 or 2 people show up, those extra awards, we look at the biggest classes that showed up in a particular year, and we add some extra runner-up awards into those classes. So that's why you're hearing more of these numbers read out for some of these bigger classes, is because we try to make more people happy. They don't do us any good sitting in a storage bin at the host chapter. So hope you all understand how it works. Okay, I'm on to class 18 now. These are the 68, 69 GTOs. We have for outstanding in class, we have Bill Wolf with his 68 GTO. We have Robert Corazzini with his 1968 GTO. Outstanding in class. We have Patrick Carifa with his 1968 GTO. Outstanding in class. And most outstanding in this class is Stephen McGarry with a 1969 GTO. Congratulations. Class 19, these are our 70 to 74 GTOs. For outstanding in class, we have Paul Ferry with a 1971 GTO. Outstanding in class, you're going to have to accept my apologies, it's truncated here. I have Carmen Annunziata with a 1974 GTO. And outstanding in class 19 is John Lennox with a 1970 Pontiac GTO. Congratulations. Okay, class 20. These are the GTO judges, 1969 to 71 judges. We have outstanding in class, Jim Meisner with a 1969 GTO judge. We have James Pekoric with a 1969 GTO judge. And most outstanding in the judge class is Frank Chapman with a 1970 GTO judge. Congratulations. 21, these are the 04 to 06 GTOs built in Australia, Holden. We have outstanding in class, Mark Tilson with his 06 GTO. We have outstanding in class, Gary Heichman with a 2006 GTO. And most outstanding in the newer GTO class is William White with a 2006 GTO. Congratulations. I don't see any cars for class 22, so those awards got used in another class somewhere. Class 23, these are the 64 to 70 Tempest and Le Mans. We have Kathy Stewart with a 70 Pontiac Le Mans Sport, outstanding in class. We have Brian Dia with a 1970 Pontiac Le Mans Sport, outstanding in class. We have Thomas Smith with a 69 Le Mans, outstanding in class. And most outstanding in class for class 23 is Harold Timmerman with his 65 Pontiac Le Mans. Congratulations. Okay, class 24. These are our 71 to 81 compact intermediates, and the rest is truncated. We have Fred DiFrancesco with a 1972 Pontiac Le Mans Sport, outstanding in class. We have Martin Kovas with a 1977 Pontiac Le Mans Sport, outstanding in class. And most outstanding in class 24 is Tom Barrett with a 1971 Pontiac Le Mans. I see no entries for class 26, so again, more awards to use in one of the bigger classes. Okay, these are class 26 are the 62 to 64 Pontiac Grand Prix. Outstanding in class, Paul Barbeau brought a 63 Grand Prix. AJ Cozy with a 62 Pontiac Grand Prix, outstanding in class. Also outstanding in class, Kevin Spurgeon with a 64 Pontiac Grand Prix. And most outstanding in this Grand Prix class is Robert Carpenter with his 1962 Pontiac Grand Prix. Congratulations. Okay. Class 27. These are our 65 to 68 Pontiac Grand Prix. We have outstanding in class, Steve Peluso with his 1967 Pontiac Grand Prix. Most outstanding in this class is Vincent Lapari with the 1965 Pontiac Grand Prix. Congratulations. Class 28, these are our 69 to 70 Grand Prix SJ and SSJs. Outstanding in class, we have Matt Dugan with a 1970 Pontiac Grand Prix. And most outstanding in class 28 is Ronald Maurer with a 1969 Pontiac Grand Prix. Congratulations. Class 30, these are our 73 to 87 Grand Prix and Grand Prix 2+2s. We have the most outstanding in class. Award goes to Ernest Boyd with a 1986 Pontiac Grand Prix. Congratulations. Class 31, these are the 88 to 08 Grand Prix. We have outstanding in class is Brian Ngali with a 1998 Pontiac Grand Prix. And most outstanding in class 31 is Joseph Coletta with a 1997 Pontiac Grand Prix. Congratulations. Class 32, These are the 06 to 10 solstice. Really glad to see these numbers. We've had several years where we almost didn't know what to do with the solstice class because people weren't showing up. And this year we have 6 solstice that registered. We're really glad to see that. Okay, we have outstanding in class would be Jewel LeClaire with her 2007 Pontiac Solstice. Also outstanding in class is Eileen Wood with her 09 Pontiac Solstice. And most outstanding in class 32 is Gary Dino Frio with an 09 Pontiac Solstice. Class 33, these are our 05 to 10 G5, G6s. Outstanding in class is Justin LeClaire with his 08 G6 GXP. And most outstanding in class is Dan Kovalik with an 07 G6 GT convertible. Congratulations. Class 34, which was the 08 to 10 G8s, we had no entries. And we used to have the 08s combined with the G6, or the G8s combined with the G6s. We had several show up, and we had several people complain that the G8s aren't anything like a G6, and so we broke them apart. Now we had no cars come, so folks, if you know some people with G8s, tell them to bring them out. Okay, class 35, these are the 2011 to 2021 GMC truck stock. Outstanding in class is Bob Serrao with a 09 GMC 1500 pickup. And most outstanding in class is Hillis Mathis with his 2015 GMC 3500. Congratulations. Class 36, these are our 67 to 68 Firebirds. We have outstanding in class is David Marquis with a 68 Pontiac Firebird. We have outstanding in class is Frederick DiGiacomo with a 67 Pontiac Firebird. Are you applauding because I said it right? Thank you. Then we have Pasquale Garafola with his 1968 Pontiac Firebird, outstanding in class 36. Congratulations. Okay, class 37. These are the 69 to 70 Firebirds. We have outstanding in class is Bob Pokris for the 1969 Pontiac Firebird. And most outstanding in class is Ted Merrick with his 1969 Pontiac Firebird. Congratulations. Okay, class 38. These are the 71 to 81 Firebirds, except Trans Ams. Outstanding in class is a Wolfgang Feist with his 1974 Pontiac Firebird. And most outstanding in class 38 is Frank Guitars with a 72 Pontiac Firebird. Congratulations. Have no awards to give in class 40. Class 41. These are our 74 to 81 Trans Ams. I have for outstanding in class Godburn Bryan with a 1979 Pontiac Trans Am. And most outstanding in class is Greg Lavon with a 1978 Pontiac Trans Am. Congratulations. Class 42. These are our 82 to 92 Trans Ams. We have outstanding in class Michael Falcone with a 1988 Pontiac Trans Am GT. We have Robert Earl with his 1989 Pontiac Trans Am, outstanding in class. And most outstanding in class 42 is Carlos Martins with a 1989 Pontiac Trans Am. Congratulations. No entries for Class 43. Class 44. These are our 98 to 02 Trans Am Firebirds. We have a most outstanding class winner, Michael Weiss, with a 1998 Firebird Trans Am. Class 45, we have no awards to give. Class 46, this was a very big class. Outstanding, this is the 37 to 10 station wagon and limos. We had 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 entries. I don't know how many showed up, but 9 pre-registered. Outstanding in class was Merle Green Jr. with his 1959 Pontiac Bonneville. Also outstanding in class is Robert Farland with a 1970 Pontiac Catalina station wagon. Another outstanding in class is Ronald Scott with a 1951 Pontiac sedan delivery. And our most outstanding in class 46 is Joseph Weed, with his 1953 Pontiac Chieftain delivery. Congratulations. No entries in class 47, none at all. Class 48, these are our 26 to 60 semi-modifieds. We have outstanding in class William Vance with a 57 Pontiac Chieftain. We have outstanding in class Tommy Petrie with a 1950 Pontiac Chieftain. And most outstanding in class 48, Luke Alcibetta with his 1958 Pontiac Chieftain. Congratulations. Class 49, we had 3 entries and none of them showed up. Class 50, we have a 66 to 67 semi-modifieds. We have most outstanding class Matthew Morana with a 1966 Pontiac GTO convertible. Congratulations. Okay. Class 51, these are our 68 to 70 semi-modifieds. We have outstanding in class Rich Boyce Clare with his 1967 Pontiac Firebird. Outstanding in class, we have John Hurley with his 68 Pontiac Firebird. And most outstanding in class 51, we have Fred Tullock with his 1968 Pontiac Firebird. Congratulations. Class 52, these are our 71 to 85 semi-mods. We have outstanding in class is David Green with a 1985 Pontiac Trans Am. Outstanding in class is Stephen Calaccio with a 1981 Pontiac Trans Am. And most outstanding in class 52 is Scott Metzi with a 1973 Pontiac Grand Am. Congratulations. Class 53, these are the 1986 to 2010 semi-modifieds. We have most outstanding in class is James McMorrow with a 2009 G8 GT. Congratulations. Class 54, these are our GTO semi-mods from 64 to 65. Outstanding in class, we have Scott Schreiber with a 1965 Pontiac GTO. And most outstanding in class 54 is Donald Farley with a 1964 Pontiac GTO semi-mods. Congratulations. Class 55 are 66 to 67 GTO semi-mods. we have a most outstanding class, Doug Hoffman with a 67 Pontiac GTO. Congratulations. Usually we have more GTOs, whether stock or modified than this, or we have the last several years that we've met. But this year, the GTOAA, I think they just had their convention, and I don't think a lot of people ran down here from Wisconsin to go from one event to the next. Many did, yes, many did, but I think there was less of a turnout than normal, but we're glad to see every GTO that came. We appreciate it. A lot of driving, Thanks, folks. Okay. That was class 55 I just did, am I correct? Was that Doug Hoffman?
What?
Yes, okay. So I'm on class 56 now, which is 1968 to 74 GTO semi-mods. And I have an outstanding in class. It's a Paul Fitzgibbon with a 1969 Pontiac GTO. And our outstanding in class for class 56 is Todd Goldman with a 1968 Pontiac GTO. Class 57. These are our 64 to 70 GTOs modified. They went beyond semi-modified. These are the modifieds. So we have Robert Witcher with a 1967 Pontiac GTO is outstanding in class. We have Noel O'Reilly with a 66 GTO outstanding in class. And most outstanding in the GTO modified class is Steve Fenimore with a 1965 Pontiac GTO. Congratulations. We had no entries this year for class 58. We had one entry for class 59, which was semi-modified GMC trucks all, and he is not here. No awards. Class 61, we had no entries in class 60. Class 61, these are our 49 to 64 full mods. We have outstanding in class is Ronald Fish with a 62 Pontiac Tempest. And most outstanding in class is David White with a 1956 Pontiac Safari. Congratulations. Class 62, these are our 65 to 2021 full mods. Outstanding in class, we have Scott Heitzich with a 1970 Pontiac Bonneville. Also outstanding in class, we have William Reich with 2009 Pontiac Solstice. And most outstanding in class 62 is John Leonardis with a 66 Pontiac GTO. Congratulations. Class 63, these are our customs, where they have modified bodies and quite a bit done to them. We have an outstanding in class is Myron Wadley with his 1961 Pontiac Star Chief. And I'd like to point out that Myron has 485,000 miles on this car. He drives it everywhere. Congratulations, Myron.
Almost 500.
Class 64 are the factory experimentals, also referred to as FX cars. We have most outstanding in class, Richard Salzillo Jr. with a 67 Pontiac Fitch Firebird. Congratulations. Class 65 is our all-race class. We have Jim May with a 64 Pontiac GTO Tribute is outstanding in class. And our most outstanding in the full race class is Timothy Trow with a 1960 Pontiac Catalina. Congratulations. Class 66. These are our display only, no awards. So there's no award. Okay? Even though they gave me numbers here, there's no awards. Okay, that brings us to our best of show. Until this year, we've always had 2 best of shows. I think it was pre-war and post-war. And since Pontiac quit building cars in 2010, some of the members campaigned and they said, you know, we really need to have 3 best of show awards. Try to get some of these newer cars in here because every Pontiac is collectible these days. And so what the board did was they divided it up into 3 best of show awards. I'm sure you know since you all had a ballot and voted on them. Our early best of show award is for the 1908 to 1958. As voted by all of your peers out here, it's Nolan Starr Evans with a 1929 Opel. Congratulations. Our best of show award in the 59 to 81 category. This is Paul Ferry with his 1965 Pontiac Bonneville. Congratulations, Paul. And our best of show from 1982 to present, as voted by all of your peers, we have William White with his 2006 Pontiac GTO. Congratulations. I don't sing or dance, so that's all I have. Okay, thank you all.
Congratulations to all the winners. Just real quick here, trying not to hold this up all night. Again, want to invite everybody to celebrate our 50th annual POCI convention next year in Catoosa, Oklahoma. The Indian Nations chapter, which I belong to, happens to be the host chapter, and we look forward to everybody coming out. And as we've mentioned all week long, this is my final year as your POCI president. It's been an honor for the past 3 years to serve, and I couldn't think of a better organization, have so much fun, and meet so many people, and it's just been exciting. And I never thought when I attended my first convention in '85 that I'd be standing up here as your POCI president. But it's been an honor, and I thank you all for your support. Is Jack Anderson close by? Oh, he's slowly trolling up here. If I get him and Ron to come up here, please. Anyway, I'd like to introduce your next Vice President, Jack Anderson, and your new President, Ron Berglund.
Well, I want to thank each and every one of you for your confidence in the two of us. We're very dedicated Pontiac people, and we're going to be working on your behalf. And I want to thank you very, very much. Will, would you like to come forward, please? This is my true love right here. And I just want to thank you so much for supporting me. She's the one that helped you write up these VP messages. Now she's got to do the president ones. But I want you to take this badge off and show what's underneath. Now I can show this shirt. Got a president under it. Again, thank you. We'll be happy to serve you. Thank you very much. Jack?
I look forward to working with Ron on behalf of all the members and for a strong future for POCI. Thanks for coming in.
Shall we adjourn it? Here's the hammer. Adjourn.